GrunfWorks has just released a Stationeers update that includes a brutal start that is actually just that. If you thought your start was hard already when you were starting with the initial gear, lander, and all of the boxes included, well, think again, because this time they have really gone minimalist approach to the core. I have actually tried and played like 3 or 4 playthroughs already on the Brutal, a little bit off the camera just to get a feel for it, and I've died more times than I can count, so trust me, I'm talking from experience. In this video I'm going to be discussing a little bit the Stationeers Brutal start, how it affects the gameplay, what are the implications, and what tips you should be thinking about when starting a Brutal playthrough. I have some recorded footage that I will be showing on screen while we are discussing this, but there will be a more structured guide for tips and tactics how to survive your first hour and maybe your first day during your stay in Stationeers Brutal. And I think I will be featuring mostly on Mars because it's my favorite planet. Right. So hands off, starting with the Stationeers update that the developer said. They said, while we want to leave a lot of the different playstyle choices up to the players and modders, we felt that a really minimalist Brutal start playstyle made sense to us to offer to all players. Brutal starting conditions embrace all of the problem solving the Stationeer gameplay creates. They represent you crash landing on a planet with next to no gear. These start give virtually no guidance nor extra building components, and the players pick the priority of every little aspect of getting their first base up and running. Right, so this description, I think, in my opinion, is bang on. I have started my first playthrough on Brutal and I thought, okay, I start as usual. I'm gonna build my, 3x3 base, I'm gonna put walls, I'm gonna put up windows, and then I'm gonna be thinking about solar power and everything. Yeah, guess again. You do get some iron frames and iron sheets that will help you build a foundation. However, you get no iron walls, you get one, and I'm talking literally one glass panel. And I think in some starter kits that will help you create the power conduit, solar panel, auto lathe, and I believe arc furnace. So that's it. The rest you have to build on your own. And I mean, and you do get, the tablet with the tracker, atmosphere analyzer, and all that stuff. And you get a bunch of water and food rations that will help you survive the first few days. However, you get no liquids, no water, you get no oxygen extra, so you have to think about that from the get-go, which was one of the reasons why I died. And so altogether, it really pushes you to be on your toes. You have to be really quick and really strategic with every single choice you make. And I personally think it's awesome. Choices do matter, and choices are really important. Whether you decide that you will go probably for the solar power automation, sure, your battery will be topped up, but you risk running out of the oxygen and you will suffocate to death. Or prioritizing building an auto lathe, but you haven't actually gotten to building and encapsulating your base so that it's airtight. Well, guess again, Sherlock, because sooner or later you will need to take off that helmet to drink water and, and eat the food. However, you can open your helmet, sure, but at what cost? Since the atmosphere on Mars, well, it's non-breathable. And you say, okay, but GrunfWorks, typically I would just take my oxygen tank, put it inside and let out some oxygen so I can breathe. Well, guess again, Sherlock, you don't have that oxygen tank. So you have to be really strategic, and I can tell you a couple of tips. First up, set up your production as quickly as possible. Then I would say go with 3x2 rather than 3x3 encapsulated base. Mine, like there's no tomorrow, and be very quick with setting up a solar panel conduit, and taking the batteries even out of your mining tool and tablet will help you survive, because sooner or later you're gonna run out of power, and those batteries will be worth their weight in gold. Also, portable solar panel, it's a gold mine. You just place the battery on top of it, and by the end of the day it's mostly filled, so it's an additional charger that won't cost you anything. Consequently, right now where I'm at, I was able to get the automated solar panel tracking to a degree, one axis, only horizontal, and that's good enough to keep my batteries charged. But I messed up thinking that I could just release a lot of oxides inside of my base and then put it into my newly built air tank using the active vent. Well, that didn't go well as planned, because my air tank was filled with oxygen. There was a lot of CO2 because of the Mars atmosphere, obviously, some nitrogen and some pollutants. So I was suffocating in my suit and died. Yeah, I guess Ice Crusher will be coming a priority next. I haven't played that much to be able to confirm it, but remember, choices matter and sequencing of things. And also, oxides are becoming increasingly important, because as soon as you encapsulate everything and you have any resemblance of a double door preparing for the airlock, well, you do want to be smelting some oxides inside your base, so you can open up a helmet and make that oxygen that you have last all that little longer. So every single detail, opening up the helmet will help a lot in terms of preserving your air supply. And preserving your air supply just might give you an additional buy you times to build the Ice Crusher. That will help you continue surviving. So from that perspective, that's what I wanted to review. I haven't started on any other planet because Mars is my favorite and it has its own quirks, but I love it. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you tried, first of all, the Mars Brutal? Have you started any Brutal start in Stationeers? And if you did, what do you think? Is it more fun, less fun, more tedious for you? I would really like to know what you're thinking in the comments below. And while you're there, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on that tutorial that I'm gonna be making to help you survive the first 10 minutes, 1 hour, and even the first couple of days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.